Hey guys, welcome back. We're live again.
Hey guys!
Or possibly undead.
We're one of the two. At
We'll
any
probably
rate,
be undead by the time we finish this chapter.
oh, I'm sure you probably will be, because that's right, everyone. It's time once again for our weekly show. Let's read New Game Plus,
Yay!
which, as I've said before and said again, is not replacing regular Let's Read. That is only on hiatus for unrelated reasons involving real-world issues for some of the other readers. So, don't worry. We are, supporting this show is not, in fact, killing your favorite thing that we do. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, the Let's Play Equestria Bound is completely unaffected.
Truly, but everyone's minds were set at ease by.
This time we're back with some more Pony Psychology series.
Oh, fan-goddamn-tastic. Last time we got through the first two chapters, and we are now on to Chapter 3, Rainbow Dash Depression.
Dependence.
Sorry, Dependence. Wow, I need to move my microphone so I can see my screen.
Okay.
There we go.
So I think it was Duhad plays the title character of the chapter, and I fill in the voices, and Rydel does the narration.
I believe that is the idea.
Okay.
Let me narrate at you.
And the quote for this week's is, there is no remedy for love, but to love more. Henry David Thoreau. Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah, well, it's gonna
Rallying
be...
cry of every stalker everywhere.
Sad but true.
Probably Edward Cullen's, too.
As he said, every stalker.
Exactly my point. Anyway, shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Let's begin. Rainbow Dash Dependence by Saddle Soap Opera. Episode 3 of the Pony Psychology series. In case you didn't look at the link you clicked on, that
Yeah, if you,
episode 3 of the Pony Psychology series.
his readers have short-term memory loss.
Yeah. Anyway.
Though she was almost blinded by condensation on her goggles, Rainbow Dash could tell she was in the lead. The air currents were clean, undisturbed by any pony ahead of her. With a last burst of speed, she felt the tingling splash of the storm cloud that acted as the finish line for the Cloudsdale high-altitude vertical sprint semifinals, and let out a shout of triumph as she heard its thunderclap signal her victory. The other contestants scattered at the sound. Some shouted praise up at Rainbow Dash, and some sneered in an unsportsmanlike fashion.
Sports pony-like fashion. Huh.
Oh yes, that's what it says.
Yeah. Whatever.
I like the idea of, like, her winning and everyone else, like, not even bothering to try and go for, like, finishing second or third or fourth or whatever. They just scattered, like, fuck it.
Yeah, that does kind of sound what happens, yeah?
We're beat. No point in competing.
Yeah, we're just gonna drop it right now.
You know, especially in semifinals. So there's another race this one's gonna impact.
Nah, whatever. Who cares?
Anyway.
Crowds of Pegasi watching the event cheered and whistled, flapping their wings and stomping applause on whatever hard surfaces they could find. Clouds were scarcely noisy enough. Which makes me wonder what hard surfaces they have up there.
They, like, bring along planks of wood just for the occasion.
They've got those wavy clapper things.
Oh, yeah.
Only shaped like hooves instead of hands.
Or they have vuvuzelas.
The event's announcer tapped his microphone for silence and spoke.
We have a winner! Contestant 23 and last year's best young flyer, Rainbow Dash!
By the way, I'm not going to actually simulate this by actually tapping my microphone, but you don't do that. You don't do that to get people's attention. That is a bad thing.
I was tapping on my hand.
Yeah, it's like a microphone. You don't need to do that in. You just talk into it if you want to get people's attention. Don't cause horrible feedback by slamming your fist against the microphone.
Oh yeah, that's true. Anyway,
Unless you're a dick.
which the announcer possibly
Oh
is.
dear.
The crowd's cheers surged once more.
Okay, so if the announcer's a dick, then is the announcer Trixie?
Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Well,
Every
that
pony-
would lead to her speech getting cut a little short as she falls through the clouds and plummets towards the earth.
So it's a happy story.
Yes, it's an amazing story.
I like it already. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Here, Sophisto hates it.
Yeah. Well, you know. Every pony wished her the best of luck for representing Cloudsdale at the finals next week. You can do it, Miss Dash. We're all counting on you.
Okay, since it's not a new paragraph, we have to assume that's the announcer saying that. Also, now I'm just thinking about Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Finally having shed her upward momentum, Rainbow Dash arced down towards the stadium to receive her trophy. She was only a few seconds' flight from the podium when a flare of pain lanced across her shoulders and into her wings.
Ow, ow, ow,
Her
ow.
supracorasodius muscles were suddenly agonizingly taut, pulling her wings too high for a safe glide.
Well, what the fuck is that word? What the... That sounds like something James Joyce would make up.
Fire the ion beams at the
Actually, I'm
Platinum
checking.
flare.
It is a wing muscle.
Probably.
On the other hand, when someone talks about muscles going agonizingly taut, they usually just tell you, like, where, not the exact name of the muscle.
I think he's just trying to abuse the thesaurus so that he can say, like, haha, look at this. I know
this is not something you would find for the thesaurus. This is
right,
one where,
let's
you have to
biology
actually look
textbook.
up biology and find what the name of the muscle is.
Yeah, but it's like, that's so specific.
But that's still a form
Not
of
like
thesaurus
her
abuse.
wing muscle. Not like a general person might say her wing muscles. Because, unless we are her doctor,
Yeah.
we're not going to know her.
I would still consider that a form of thesaurus abuse, because really, when you think about it, it's sort of just like it's going in there and trying to find a fancier word for something that you can just say more simply. So it's sort of just like it doesn't really
the problem
matter
with calling
where.
it thesaurus abuse is that it's gone so far beyond that into words you will never find in any thesaurus.
Yeah, it's...
This took more effort than looking it up in a thesaurus.
It's advanced
So it was
thesaurus.
biology.
It's
Biology textbook abuse.
It is like
We'll just
complete
sum it up as
encyclopedia abuse.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh no, not a muscle cramp, not now.
Rainbow Dash gritted her teeth, fighting against the pain, and willed her wings to keep working for
Just a bit longer.
her 4 hooves all touched Cloud, but it was a very near thing. She skidded sideways on the puffy surface, coming to a halt, panting, in front of the announcer at the podium. Taking her emergency landing and upraised wings for a flourish, the crowd cheered all the louder. As Rainbow Dash said a few words of appreciation for her trophy, she hoped the crowd would also take the quaver in her voice and the droplets inside her goggles for signs that she was crying with joy.
God, how...
Or, if her goggles are covered in condensation, like it says, not be able to see the droplets inside her goggles, or mistake them for more condensation.
Also, Jesus, how badly you have to be sweating that your eyes are literally sweating?
Well, I assumed that was crying.
Well, no, like, that's
If
the
it
thing.
was
They
a
said,
lot
like,
of
oh,
pain.
you're crying for joy. Like, oh, when she's crying in joy. It's like...
Yeah, but she's actually crying in pain.
Yeah.
Is this carpal tunnel? Says Sean Helfin in the stream. I don't think it would count as carpal tunnel because that's
The carpal muscles are in the wrist.
Yeah, so...
Well, not just
No.
that, but carpal tunnel isn't exactly. It doesn't function like that.
No, this would just be, like, catastrophic muscle spasms.
Yeah, it would just be a form of muscle spasm. Anyway.
An hour later...
Or sprain. Yeah. An hour later, Rainbow Dash stood alone under a personal miniature downpour. The single purloined cloud's rain soothed her aching wings enough that she could, with extreme care, lower and fold them. But she could feel that the problem wasn't gone. Her back was still an ocean of tension, and her wings hadn't been this sore since she first fledged. She needed help, which is why I'm fairly certain as we continue the story, she will not visit a doctor.
No.
An
Jesus.
ocean of tension.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but what?
The violet sea of his prose is getting just a tiny bit floody.
Oh my god. The source abuse in this. Poor Ghosty is gonna have a field day if she ever listens to this.
I'm sure. But anyway. Same transition.
Fluttershy trotted over to her cottage door. The insistent, pounding knock had been startling, but she recognized it. She recognized the person from their knock. She must be Pokey.
Yes.
Her
Yeah.
suspicions were confirmed as she opened the door.
Why, hello, Rainbow Dash. So nice of you to come round. To what do I owe the pleasure?
She smiled and stood aside to allow her friend to enter. The rainbow-maned Pegasus trotted inside and paced around the living room silently for a moment before turning to face Fluttershy.
I need some advice on how to relax.
Oh, well, there's a simple solution for you. Go to Pinkie
Hey.
Pie, ask her to throw a party.
Or, I need some advice on how to relax. That's why I didn't, talk to probably the laziest pony in Ponyville myself.
Oh, well, you need some help relaxing. I know this guy Greg, and he can take care of you.
Yeah.
Fluttershy's perpetually concerned expression deepened.
Oh my.
Perpetually concerned.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my,
okay.
indeed.
Apparently her face has been stuck like that forever.
Well, her
Ah.
mother did warn her.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Oh, snap. Oh,
Mostly because of
my.
the dragons.
Yep. Mostly because of the dragons. Are you feeling stressed?
Rainbow Dash mentally reviewed recent events.
It was a week ago, and she was peering into the second-story window of Sugar Cube Corner, watching
Stalker.
watching in mute horror as
No.
one of her best friends screamed and smashed a mirror with her pink, tear-streaked face. It was 5 days ago, and she was smacking a wall. She was smacking a mirror.
Wall-eyed male
Yeah,
there.
with a rolled-up. Wow.
Wow,
Let's
that's
try
a
her.
violent reaction.
Again, to stop delivering her letters from. What?
What? So wait.
Cut out of her life?
So it's like, to stop delivering her letters coming from a griffin she cut out of her life. So, Gilda,
They're not
of
all-
course. But
Yeah.
the thing I'm worried about is, if that's the case, why the fuck is she assaulting the mail there?
Greg from Living the Dream, not Greg from Our Being the Chief. But the Great Pegasus cried, and she felt like a monster. What the fuck? Who's like, oh god, the mailman delivered a letter from my ex. Time to beat the shit out of the mailman.
I know. What sense does that make?
That is a whole new level of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they're
I'll say-
expected to know that sort of stuff, and even if they do,
No,
it's
they're
not
expected to not
delivering
know
it's
that.
a crime. Yeah, not delivering it's a crime.
Well, yeah, one, not delivering is a crime, and two, not only are they not supposed to know that, they're legally not allowed to read your mail. So, there's no. Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm not sure how it interfered if there's a restraining order. I think then they still deliver it because they're not expected to know about the restraining orders, and
Yeah,
it's
really.
sender violating it, not them.
Yeah, Jesus, now she's fucking violating, a whole bunch of laws herself because she just beat the shit out of some random civil servant.
Jesus, I know. What is it with these people?
Oh my god,
Well,
they're
not even a
fucked
random
up.
civil servant, because as we know from the show, she knows Derpy by name.
Okay, fine. She's beating up her friend, a civil servant.
Jesus. Anyway.
It was 3 days ago, and she was wrapped up in clouds, bursting that she knocked the floor.
Busting.
Busted.
Busting.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh,
Okay,
wrapped in
oh,
cloud
I see what
busting.
you're-
Oh,
Cloud busting. Those are together.
okay, that makes more sense. All right, cloud busting. That she knocked the floor right out from under the cotton candy vendor, his kiosk. She had to pay for the crushed stand, which
If she's in Ponyville, wouldn't that be a not very effective place to put your
It'd be a
cotton
shitty place
candy
to-
stand?
it would be a crappy place to have a kiosk. And
Yep.
Less than a third of the population can of the town can get to it.
And how much does it cost to pay for the repairs of a bit of condensation?
No. She knocked out the floor. The entire stand crashed to the ground.
Ah.
Yeah.
So she has to pay for replacing the entire building.
Oh, well, that's devastatingly more expensive than... it was yesterday, and she felt her cramping wings loose more and more. She left it briefly... she briefly wondered if she felt the impact before dying when she struck the ground at terminal velocity.
She shook her head.
No!
Okay, so which she is it? Because you know that Fluttershy is also a lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay, from context, this is Rainbow Dash.
From context,
Yeah,
we assume,
probably.
but it's bad. It's bad form.
Yeah.
Now
it's
I'm waiting
just-
for Duhad to finish that
No way.
sentence.
No way.
She blustered.
Yeah.
She blustered.
I've just been working really hard on the weather lately, and I figured Equestria's top flight deserved a little R&R, you know?
That's what she said.
Well, apparently.
Yeah. Well, when Rarity and I visit the spa, I always come up feeling just wonderful. Maybe we could pay Lotus and Aloe a visit? That's what she said.
No!
Yes, that is what she said.
That isn't... Yeah,
She
in fact.
just said
Yeah.
it. You just
Yeah.
read her saying it.
Exactly.
No, I can't afford that place. I mean, I'm not a fancy dressmaker. Wait, how can you afford to go there? Fluttershy.
Yeah, you're poor.
Yeah, poor people. I say that to Soundspeed all the time. I'm like, hey, poor guy. You don't have money, stuff.
Or something. Yeah,
Rainbow
like,
Dash raised an eyebrow.
I bring them plants for their lotions and mixtures, so they give me a discount, and I have some bits stashed away from an inheritance.
So,
Okay.
Why does Fluttershy bring them plants? Wouldn't it make more sense for them to get them from a plant expert?
Yes, but the
Yeah.
author couldn't be damned to think of a reason for
Well, I think
story to work otherwise.
I
Or,
can
you know,
see it as like.
Rarity brings her.
Well, I mean, the thing I'm thinking here is that the author's thinking, well, since Fluttershy is a master of animals and all that, well, maybe she would also be one for plants or something like that. Never mind that it's a completely different field of study, but hey.
Not even in the same kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
About as far removed in biology as you can get.
Makes sense.
Mhm. You certainly know what's up. Anyway.
A look of grief passed over Fluttershy's features, but it quickly vanished.
But anyway, if the spa's a no-go, maybe I could help you myself.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Oh, you have no idea. Really? Okay, what did you have in mind?
You're gonna fly up to that cloud and take a nap, like you do every time you need to relax. And when you don't need to relax,
And then you're just
when you're
gonna
bored.
Yeah.
We call this shit... So what do you have in mind? Well, we call this shit honeydew, and...
Anyway.
Moving on.
We're gonna sit around my college playing video games. That's how I relax.
Same transition.
Rainbow Dash lay on her belly on top of a soft pillow in the middle of the cottage's living room floor. The birds and animals had been gently shooed out. The curtains were drawn. The lamps were low. And smooth jazz was playing on the radio.
Okay, do you have
herb-scented bees
smooth jazz again?
and herb-scented beeswax candles provided the only other illumination. The peace and serenity of the room was almost tangible. Fluttershy was in the kitchen, scrubbing her hooves. She dried them on a towel and trotted up behind her fellow Pegasus.
Now, just take it slow, even breaths, and let your mind drift.
Lie back and think of England.
And possibly also coconuts.
With her trademark gentleness, Fluttershy straddled Rainbow Dash's back, lowering her smooth, unshod hooves toward the space between Rainbow Dash wings, and stabbed her with a burning ice pick!
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just so you know, that wasn't me shouting something weird. That's in all caps in the fic.
Holy shit.
Well, that took a turn from the dark.
That's what it felt to Rainbow. That's what it felt like to Rainbow Dash, anyway.
Oh, screw you, author.
Christ, with a pike staff, those all caps.
Ow, 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 ow.
Rainbow Dash instinctively bucked, sending the yellow Pegasus tumbling. Fluttershy quickly righted herself and rushed to Rainbow Dash's side.
Jesus, this story, it's really painting a picture of her as like this most unstable, abusive person. Her natural reaction is to pump kick someone across a room and to beat the shit out of a mailman who's delivering news to her.
Yeah, just be glad she didn't touch Rainbow Dash's hooves.
Oh,
it'll
that
get
picture.
there eventually. You know that.
Go on.
No, I was referencing the show.
Oh.
She doesn't like her hooves being touched.
Wow.
Oh, wait, when did this come up?
Gabby Gums episode.
You're gonna have to tell me which one that is.
Ponyville Confidential.
Which season is that?
2, I think?
2? Or was it 3?
I think it's,
Oh, no,
it's
that
2.
was
It's
The
3.
one where...
It's not 3. I know that much.
Yeah, it's the ones where the CMC got a job for the school newspaper and were writing investigative reporting as Gabby Gums.
Yeah. I'm at least thinking of the right episode. Okay. Alright.
Now that's cleared up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash. I didn't know you had so much tension there.
Want me to relieve your tension, baby?
Seriously, keep making those jokes. We're going there.
Fluttershy looked devastated by the prospect of having hurt her friend intentionally. Or unintentionally.
It's okay, Fluttershy.
Winced Dash as she tried to catch her breath.
It most certainly is not.
Goddamn right, she fucking kicked you into a wall.
Insisted Fluttershy.
With that many knots in your back, you're more vulnerable to fatigue, sprains, pulls. You could even cramp up in mid-flight.
The flight-obsessed Pegasus clearly wouldn't know that.
Well,
But if she's got knots, I've read up on best way to take out really complicated knots. Hand me a sword. Rainbow Dash chuckled nervously under her breath.
Wait right there.
Fluttershy continued.
I'll be right back with the BDSM equipment.
Just let me slip into something comfortable. She trotted over to the front door, opened it, and took to the air. She returned a few minutes later, carrying a sprig of some plant or other in her mouth. We're back to her being the plant expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
She set it down in front of Rainbow Dash.
Here, eat a couple of these. You'll go to sleep and then you'll wake up in a magical place called BDSM land.
No, clearly it's like a herbal enhancement supplement.
Which just makes it all the worse. Uh-oh. Duhad?
They're an herbal enhancement supplement, aren't they?
They might be a mix of both of what you were saying.
This is like when we were what was it, Gainbow Dash, where every time I'd make a joke, the next scene was them doing what I joked.
Yes, it was Gainbow Dash.
Yeah.
Gainbow Dash is the one where that kept happening. Rainbow Dash sniffed the reddish-purple berries doubtfully. They smelled sweet and faintly spicy, like glazed gingerbread or some kind of poison.
Dessert? Isn't this more Pinkie Pie style?
When I see fruit, I think Pinkie Pie's style of dessert.
Yep. Because unless she makes fruit tarts in her spare time.
Oh, but not like raw fruit.
Yeah.
Raw fruit is a topping on Pinkie Pie desserts.
True.
Which is then covered in sugar.
And more sugar. because Pinkie Pie, and bouncing off the walls and shit. It's not a treat. It's medicine,
said Fluttershy.
Just one or two should do it. And make sure you swallow the seeds? Why the fuck would you tell them to swallow this? What? No!
Well, if it's medicinal, it's possible that like a major part of the medicinal part's in the seed.
Ah, okay, fair enough. I mean,
Rainbow Dash shrugged and bit a couple of berries off the twig. The taste matched the scent. The berries were almost cloyingly sweet. But as she chewed, a faint tingle spread through her mouth. She swallowed the mouthful.
Oh my god.
And the tingle spread down her throat.
Oh, baby.
In a few seconds, the feeling subsided. She stood still for a moment, and then started tapping her hoof impatiently.
Man, I'm so glad a untrained amateur botanist is feeding,
strange berries she found in the woods.
Yeah, that have bizarre effects that she basically is just like, yeah, whatever, I tried these. They felt pretty good. Let's go. Are you sure
try these
this
mushrooms
is
next.
medicine, Fluttershy? I don't feel anything.
Oh, then you should probably eat this Amentia as well.
Oh, huh. Okay, no, it was like... Okay, yeah, I looked up something through Uncle Google really fast. Anyway, exactly.
She motioned at the pillow.
Please, let's try this one more time.
I swear, last time's a fluke. It never happened before.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I was looking it up because it looks like a natural and anesthetic, and I had to be like, okay, so what's an actual natural anesthetic? And then it's just like, oh, one of the images happens to be an image of wintergreen, which has berries on it.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah.
I was all out of gum, so I just gave you wintergreen directly. Rainbow Dash hesitantly sat back down on the pillow and tried her best to relax. Even more gently than before, Fluttershy got into position and lowered her hooves towards Rainbow Dash's back.
Careful, Fluttershy. Go easy on me. Oh my gosh.
ZM4
It's my first time.
It's my first time. Be gentle.
Yep, there's definitely, that's what she said, material there.
It's not first time. Be gentle.
Ah! Jesus Christ. Don't blow me across the room with the force of your yell right now. Jesus.
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash's eyes crossed and then closed. Her hooves stretched out in all directions,
Just
including
spray.
up and down.
Just subdividing and splaying out in all these bizarre alien directions.
Pink elephants on parade. Only it's blue hooves on parade.
Yep.
A warm, soothing fuzziness crept into her consciousness, crowding out her restless thoughts. She let out a long, pleasure-filled sigh.
Ooh.
The sensation of Fluttershy's hooves kneading her back was positively heavenly.
Oh my god.
The warmth and weight of Fluttershy's body on her hindquarters was no torture either. Because when I think of Fluttershy's hindquarters, I think, that's an Iron Maiden secretly, isn't it? Her wings slowly rose. She blushed quietly, but at this point, she was almost beyond caring about the faux pas. She couldn't remember ever feeling so good. If Fluttershy knew why Rainbow Dash had spread, she clearly didn't mind.
Okay, that's not even like, that's not even a,
That's what she said.
that is a single entendre.
Oh my god.
Well, I do think that's deliberately a single entendre.
It's not. It's so unsubtle. I mean, Jesus.
She didn't want to dick her friend over.
She wrapped a front leg around one of Rainbow Dash's erect wings and started gently massaging it up and down faster and faster, and worked at the tender flight muscles with her other hoof. When she let it go, the wing flopped down like a wet cloth, too relaxed to even fold.
Flaccid imagery. Exactly what I'm thinking about when I'm talking about a razzle.
Okay, this has turned into a parade of that she said, and considering that this is actually the chapter where it's sort of just like, hey, they're full-on lesbians here, I'm not sure we should be making the joke anymore. And
No.
I'm saying this, so that's kind of, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, on we go.
She moved on to the other side. Rainbow Dash moaned softly. Fluttershy took her time with the massage, kneading from the back of Rainbow Dash's head to the base of her tail. She even went so far as to massage Dash's cutie marks, something even Dash knew Lotus and Aloe would charge extra for. It was listed right before happy ending.
Jesus Christ, that is literally what it is. This is literally, like, implying that they offer, you know, sensual massages.
Oh my god. Well, I think we know how they get most of their money and why they charge so much.
No, they charge extra for that.
Yeah.
They've got a whole price scale going from like happy ending at one end to we slap you in the face and that's it on the other.
I know.
That one's only 2 bits.
It's so crazy.
Even a poor person like Fluttershy can afford it.
Yeah. It's very affordable.
Anyway.
By the time, and there are some people who consider that part the sensual massage. By the time Fluttershy stood, Rainbow Dash was so relaxed she could hardly move. Or possibly it was the berries. Her eyelids drooped, but she wasn't paying much attention to what she saw anyway. She felt like every moment of stress in her life, every secret and crisis and obligation and frustration, was just some story, yes it is, that happened to some other pony. Some pony without a kind, gentle, indulgent friend that smelled of blossoms and whose hooves were just magic. She slurred. Apparently the berries had fermented.
In her stomach.
Is your line there? Yeah. Meh.
What was that?
Meh.
Asked Fluttershy.
Okay, you
What's
sound
that
like
supposed to mean?
Waluigi,
Absolutely.
like Wario now. Wario now.
Meh. Wario gonna win.
Anyway.
Rainbow Dash curled up on the pillow and slowly sank into an utterly blissful sleep. As the last of her consciousness left her, she could have sworn she felt Fluttershy's feather-soft lips brush across her cheek in a tiny, tender kiss.
Okay, author, just a quick little thing. You don't have to be this fucking obvious about it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's like super unsubtle. Anyway.
I know,
No, I've read good.
Captain Planet isn't this obvious about it.
No, I've read good fics that were less subtle about it, but those fics usually had certain tags that we're probably not gonna typically read, and let's read.
Yeah, this story does not have those tags. This story does not warn people that, by the way, it might contain stuff like this.
Well, that's not really the point now, is it? Okay. Anyway.
The sun was slightly higher when Rainbow Dash finally opened her eyes. My anus is sore. I must be sleeping on it wrong. Blearily, she realized that meant she had been asleep for nearly 24 hours. She had to get going. There were plenty of duties calling. She felt a little weak as she shakily stood. She was still fantastically relaxed, but there was also a strange blurriness to the sense.
Wait a minute.
Duhad, did my last joke end up prophetic again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fluttershy.
Rainbow Dash looked around, but her friend was nowhere to be found. Eventually, she spotted a note addressed to her on a nearby end table. She unfolded it and recognized Fluttershy's delicate mouth writing.
Had to go to work, babe. There's help yourself to anything in the fridge and then let yourself out.
Oh dear. Just
I just sorry. It's somehow delicate and mouth writing just seemed like a weird combo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never know. They might be used to it.
Yeah. I imagine they would be. So it seems weird. I have, thanks to a event EQT was running, tried mouth drawing. It's hard.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, Herr, this is you.
All right. Dash, had to go and count the new swifts and starlings. Feel free to help yourself to the food in the pantry. Hope you feel better. FS.
P.S. There's $5 on the nightstand.
I was gonna say that all they had to change is that last line to make it fit what Duhad said. I have to help. Rainbow Dash smiled and sighed. She did feel better. She felt like she could take on all of Equestria.
And she could take on the whole
tentacle.
She'd take on the whole empire all by herself.
I feel like I could take on the world.
'Cause she is the champion, my friends.
And it was all thanks to Fluttershy and those berries. Rainbow Dash's gaze fell on the tiny fruit, still sitting where Fluttershy had put them. She looked around cautiously, and then picked up the bunch with her mouth as she trotted over to the door.
I like the way that was phrased. It's like, man, I feel like I take on the world. It's like, I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you and these drugs.
And you say I'm a bad singer.
Well, I wasn't actually trying to sing there, obviously. I'm trying to just get through the joke without actually without singing, because then I expose how terrible of an actual singer I am.
Because
Well, what you do to get around that is sing it in character.
I had the time of my life. Oh, jeez.
Yep. Anyway.
Is Pinkie Pie hooked on a feeling?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Anyway.
When watching Guardians of the Galaxy, all I could picture was Pinkie Pie singing that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. From Cupcakes. Yeah, no, I dug that.
Anyway, can we get on with the story?
A short time later, Fluttershy returned to her now empty cottage. She called out as she trotted from room to room. She searched until she was sure Dash had left. Returning to the living room, she looked around cautiously, and then nuzzled the pillow Rainbow Dash had slept on, inhaling her friend's unmistakable scent of healthy sweat and rainwater, and sighing with a shuddering sigh. She decided she was going to have to visit Rainbow Dash's house this night and steal some underpants.
And also she orgasmed.
You joke, but that's literally that level of creep.
Well, I was gonna say, I joke, but have you read anything with Stalkershy? Well,
no, but
actually, Stalkershy seems to be really uncommon in like actual written fics.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of
common in like green text and art.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've seen the Flutter, Yeah. Anyway, scene transition.
Rainbow Dash had to work at top speed for the rest of the day to catch up on her weather duties, and she still barely finished in time. Princess Celestia had made a special request to honor her younger sister's first birthday in Equestria in a millennium, one that had required extreme effort from dozens of residents of Cloudsdale. The princess had wanted a rainbow by moonlight.
That's so fucking hard. I can't even imagine, like, how much work it must have been to have a rainbow by moonlight. Because that would require the, like, it's just a rainbow.
Unlikely during moonlight, because it doesn't give off a whole lot
Yeah,
of
but
light.
that's the thing. That's not like the work of the people, setting up
Yeah,
the
that's more
light, the rainbows.
moon.
Yeah, it's more about the light, the actual
Yeah.
lighting, which would not be them.
Although they do manufacture the rainbows, so maybe they have to make like rainbows with a special glow-in-the-dark chemicals.
Man, they had to use like really potent orphans for those ones.
Ah, dude, no.
Rainbow Factory.
Just no.
Go on.
Rainbow Dash had to work at top speed. Wait, I already
the
read
display
that
went
part.
off.
Yeah, you're at
The
that.
display went off without a hitch. The custom blended, extra reflective pastel colors, came out somewhere between a daytime rainbow and an aurora. The two alicorns had both expressed their satisfaction and appreciation. Buoyed though she was by that double helping of royal praise, Rainbow Dash was sore. She must be sleeping on it wrong. Stressed and exhausted all over again by the time she finally got home to Cloudsdale.
After taking a 24-hour nap. Right, because that's how it works.
This 24-hour nap followed by really heavy labor.
Yeah, but it's still a 24-hour nap.
Also,
Doesn't negate the extreme labor afterwards.
Never mind.
You do a lot of heavy lifting, you're going to end up sore even if you just had a huge nap.
Right,
actually,
okay.
sleeping for 24 hours
Well,
is kind of fucked up.
especially,
Yeah,
especially if you just took a 24-hour nap.
yeah, it kind of fucks with your
Okay,
muscles
fair
and stuff.
enough. Fair enough.
Her eyes stung from rainbow residue. Considering what that did to Pinky's mouth, ow.
Yeah, it's like dumping hot sauce over your like ghost peppers, just rubbing them into your eyeballs.
Ah, no!
Yeah,
Ah.
and she's just covered in it.
Anyway.
Her wings were tired from flying all day, and her legs were stiff and aching from hours of cloud clearing. She trotted sluggishly over the snow cloud in the kitchen and peered inside of it. There was little one could consider edible in the Cloudsdale-style icebox. Rainbow Dash was not the most prolific cook. There was only a small bouquet of wilted flowers, a pair of rock-hard sugar cubes, and the berries from Fluttershy's cottage.
She's not a very good cook, therefore she has no pre-prepared or types of food that do not require cooking. That makes
Well, we
sense.
do know she is incredibly lazy.
That's true, but like the way it's phrased,
I
it's
technically still have food. I can put off shopping.
yeah, but the way it's phrased is implying that like it's like she doesn't have any food because
it
she doesn't
doesn't
like
say-
preparing food.
No. It doesn't say this because she's not a skilled cook. She's not prolific, so she doesn't cook a whole bunch.
Right. So it
Yeah.
would make sense that she'd have like just snacks or whatever. But anyway, why not?
Wondered Rainbow Dash.
I heard all over. Of course, I should take some medicine.
I mean, they totally gave me Vicodin that one time at the doctor's, so it's cool for me to take it whenever.
Oh, dear.
Without any further thought, she snapped up the remaining berries, spitting out the bitter twigs and leaves. She trotted over to her bedroom and flopped down on her belly on the pile of pillows she used as a bed to wait for the berries to take full effect. She didn't have to wait long.
Me.
That's an overly long thing of pleasure, dude. That's what she said.
Smooth, velvety
yeah.
lethargy slowly crept through Rainbow Dash's body, dissolving the knots in her muscles and the stress in her mind.
Oh shit, it's acid.
Oh my god! Soon enough, the hot dog's gonna be telling her not to kill her!
Even without a pair of skilled hooves on her flanks, the feeling was glorious. Skilled hooves. The thoughts of her soft-spoken friend slowly rose into her awareness, clouding out whatever musings were there before. In her mind's eye, Rainbow Dash saw strands of pink mane dangling in front of her eyes from above, and felt a soft, smooth mouth nibble at her ear. Rainbow Dash felt her wings stir.
I don't think that's the only thing that was stirring.
Hey-oh. Swag.
She shook her head slightly and frowned.
Duhad.
Hey!
She chided her imagination.
Hey, cut that out, you kids. I ain't no fella, no matter what the rumors say.
Yeah,
You rumors get off my lawn! But her fantasy didn't listen. The sense memories were too closely linked. The phantasmal Fluttershy marked a trail of kisses from her ear down her neck, while those delicate hooves played across her wings, and her shoulders, and her ribs, and her belly, and her spine,
And her cutie max.
and her cutie marks.
Oh.
And her vag.
Oh. I also like the fact that, like, basically the way this is written, it just sounds like it's like that Tom Cruise bit from Family Guy. It's like, I can run away from UK thoughts.
I just want to say a bit of how it goes from her hooves to her shoulders, which is up, then to her ribs to her cutie mark, which is down.
It's kind of going in like a Z shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Like a,
It does.
Actually,
it's
no.
just.
Well, yeah.
This is so
Fluttershy
dumb.
Fluttershy is not very direct, but is very limber.
yes.
Jesus. Anyway.
Moaning in surrender, Rainbow Dash rolled on her back, reached up her hooves, and moved to kiss the thin air.
Oh,
I'm so lonely.
Oh, that's really nice of her, though. She isn't. Yeah, she's calling the air thin. It's really been working on its figure.
Turns out the air is actually anorexic, and you encourage that.
Oh, not a good call, as it turns out. Right?
Then, or is that not how you deal with anorexia? Because
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it because I haven't had it be relevant.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, I apologize to people who have had to deal with it if my comments are incorrect, inaccurate, poorly researched. The next afternoon, Fluttershy was tending to her flower gardens outside, pulling up weeds and munching on the more palpable ones, humming softly to herself. She picked up a watering can with her mouth and gave the thirsty plants a drink. Always with the plants with that filly.
What is it? What is it with her? And the plants.
Then a voice from behind her broke her out of her reverie.
Herr Fluttershy.
She turned around and saw Rainbow Dash standing on the path to her cottage. The sky blue Pegasus looked tired and disheveled, and her mane tangled, and her flanks shiny with sweat. Hey, my eyes are up here! As if she just won a race. Not unlike the way Fluttershy had often pictured her in her private moments.
Oh my god! What is this thing?
The most gratuitous cheesecake romantic bullshit.
Oh my god!
Not the most gratuitous cheesecakey romantic bullshit.
Okay, but it's incredibly cheesy cheesecake.
I've seen
bullshit.
things, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is like a bad Nicholas Sparks novel.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Nicholas. I was expecting that to follow it with Cage. I want to see a novel by Nicolas Cage.
No, a novel by Nicolas Cage would be hilarious. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Probably. But anyway, continuing.
Her heart, for lack of a better word, fluttered. Oh, see what I did?
Oh my god! That is so amazing! Oh!
And there are better words you could have used, so no, that's not for lack of a better word. Shut up.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, hello, Rainbow Dash. What's up?
She said, her voice slightly muffled by the can's handle.
I came to lay some pipe. No. In fact, actually, it's about as subtle. I need you.
Oh my god!
About as subtle? That's less subtle.
Yeah.
My
It is
god.
always possible that the that Ron Jeremy did just suddenly get a job as a plumber and is here to fix your pipes.
Yeah.
Dear God Almighty.
Rainbow Dash's tone was gravely serious. Fluttershy dropped the watering can and her pants. Then she remembered she wasn't wearing any pants.
As it was, she just got wet.
Oh, ew. God damn it, now all I can think about is like Pam from Archer's going sploosh.
Well, she...
Well,
she
it's
was...
followed by what could be read as moaning if you don't have context. Of course.
Of course.
She stammered.
How can I help?
The weather team's been working even harder lately, and I'm under a ton of stress. I'm tired of taking it easy, but you know me. Sorry, I tried to take it easy, but you know me. My only speed is top speed.
Yes, I learned that in bed with you.
Oh my...
Yeah, it's not great. You shouldn't really brag about that.
Fluttershy nodded appreciatively.
Anyway, I don't know if you're busy or anything, but I was wondering if you could, like before.
Rainbow Dash did her best to conceal the desperation in her voice.
Take me away! Take me to your care! Oh, certainly.
I've been watching Les Mis, so the last time I heard a line of, take me to your care, it was addressed at God, which makes that statement a little odd.
Well,
Replied,
I was actually thinking along the lines of a Handel oratorio, where it was like, hey,
Okay, so, continuing though.
replied Fluttershy, doing her best to conceal the elation in her voice.
Come right in.
Minutes later, Rainbow Dash was sprawled on the same pillow as before, surrounded by the same scented candles, and trying not to bounce in anticipation.
Oh my God.
She heard Fluttershy finish washing her hooves and trot up behind her. Before the Pegasus could lay a hoof on her, Rainbow Dash cringed theatrically.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Wait, I'm feeling real tense. And I don't want to break you again. Do you have any more of that medicine?
And now you sound like Eric Cartman, to a certain extent.
It's Cartman has a way of a 40-year-old New Yorker.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Rainbow Dash knew she'd done a poor job of hiding the hunger in her voice. But she didn't care. She realized it wasn't Fluttershy she was hungry for. It was drugs.
Fuck, Mr. T warned us about this.
Uh-oh. Yep.
It's a crack, baby fool!
Oh, man.
Oh, dear. No. It was all those animated characters that warned us about this.
Yeah, it's true. They did too.
Mr.
Anyway,
T was an animated character.
That's
There
true.
was a Mr. T cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same
For
time...
half a season.
Of course, I'll be right back is your line.
Yeah, I know. Of course. I'll be right back.
Great. I'll be here.
Waiting
The minutes
to...
until Fluttershy returned felt like days. Rainbow Dash used this time to rustle through her cabinets to try and find more drugs. Rainbow Dash started nervously tapping her front hooves on the wooden floor. Finally, the yellow Pegasus came back, carrying another sprig of berries in her mouth. Rainbow Dash all but lunged for them, her lips to Fluttershy's as she bit the berries off the twig. Fluttershy blushed.
Thanks.
Said Rainbow Dash around a mouthful of berries.
Okay.
Not for remembering that it's rude to talk with your mouth full, young lady.
Just spitting drugs everywhere. Improper. Okay, do your stuff.
She flopped back down on the pillow. The second massage was as good as the first. Rainbow Dash positively melted beneath Fluttershy's hooves.
Oh my God, do you want me to break my chastity vow on that? Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ.
But it was the haste of euphoria from those wonderful berries that spurred her to mutter.
Ooh, yeah. That's so good.
Okay.
Step into a Slim Jim!
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of narration coming up, so I'm actually gonna step away from the computer for a second, and I'm gonna go get something, because the next time we see something, I'm gonna have to be prepared, so I'll be right back.
Are you preparing by getting yourself some red, slightly spicy berries?
No, actually, you'll see in a second.
Alright, just start reading.
Oh. Rainbow
Power.
Dash writhed under Fluttershy, her eyes half closed and her mouth hanging open in chemical bliss.
That'd be an interesting
Right.
90s grunge band name.
Perhaps you're referencing My Chemical Romance?
No, ew,
That
no.
basically is a band name.
Yeah, that is a band name, but shut up, ew.
Fluttershy's heart felt like a hummingbird in her chest. Her she was, with
Her
the
she
filly
was.
of her dreams like putty in her hooves. As if her words weren't proof enough, Rainbow Dash's body language couldn't be clearer. She was in ecstasy. No, she was in
She
crazy
did
medical berries.
No, she's not in ecstasy. She's taking
Okay,
ecstasy.
I am now back.
All
Sorry
because
about
of her. It was time for Fluttershy to be assertive. It was
Insertive.
time for loss of control, screaming and hollering, and most importantly, passion.
Oh,
She
dear.
took... Rainbow Dash, you lay on the grass, and I'll take your ass!
Oh, God.
And then it just goes crazy.
She took a deep breath, shifted alongside Rainbow Dash, and took the Pegasus's face in her hooves.
I love you.
Fluttershy said, and kissed her. After a brief moment of wide-eyed surprise, Rainbow Dash kissed back.
Woo-hoo.
Fluttershy thought to herself. Rainbow Dash woke up, feeling like she just crashed through a hedgerow
Scene
backward.
transition.
Yes, we had Woodaloo to do. She had a throbbing headache, and her limbs were racked with pins and needles.
Ooh.
She checked and discovered it was actual pins and needles. Fluttershy was...
An acupuncturist.
Yeah.
Well, but see, if she were an acupuncturist, it wouldn't actually hurt.
True. She's about as good an acupuncturist as she is a herbalist.
It didn't say that it hurt, just that her limbs were racked with pins and needles.
Yeah.
She raised her head and felt the hoof wrapped around her neck flop down.
Wait, a hoof? What the fuck?
Stop uncensoring the story.
Oh, fine. What the fuck?
With a start, Rainbow Dash realized that Fluttershy was sleeping cuddled right against her, her back legs still draped across her hindquarters. The two of them were in Fluttershy's bedroom. Rainbow Dash snapped into full alertness. She couldn't even remember what happened for most of yesterday, but from the looks of it, things had gone a lot further than she'd expected them to. Oh my gosh, I'd only been expected to have sex with the drugs.
Oh my gosh,
With excruciating slowness, Rainbow Dash inched out of Fluttershy's embrace, crept off the bed, and slinked out of the cottage.
Dude, didn't even leave $20 on the nightstand. What a bitch.
The rush of wind as she took to the air usually exhilarated Rainbow Dash, but now it just felt cold.
What's wrong with you, Dash? You played your best friend's feelings and ended up in bed with her, all to get some stupid berries. Get your head in the game. You gotta do that shit just to fuck your friends, not to get drugs. In the game, player.
You do it the other way. You take the... Yeah, you play with your feelings and take the drugs to get in bed with her.
Yeah, God, she's got this all backwards.
She grimaced, pounding the sides of her head with her front hooves. Guilt over what had happened hung on Rainbow Dash's shoulders like a leaden yoke. But there was another feeling beneath it all that made her feel even worse. She wanted more Fluttershy sex. I mean, berries.
Well, I don't think anybody would say no to Fluttershy sex.
Got yellow caps, got yellow caps. That's only $30.
Yeah. Do things. Early that morning, Twilight Sparkle trotted into her library home without a care, only to be stopped at the doorway by her diminutive dragon assistant. He was standing with his arms folded, swishing his meaty tail, with a look of annoyance on his face. Usually, when a part of someone's body is described similar to meat, it is for some reason a sex thing.
Oh,
Twilight,
God. You know,
Spike is
I think
underage.
We could make a psychology thing about this if we were to run it through
Dr. Freud.
Yeah, Dr. Freud, which probably isn't a great idea, but still.
Nope.
Yep. Anyway.
The purple unicorn leaned forward slightly, meeting Spike's emerald gaze.
Hey, Spike, something wrong? Yes!
He snapped.
It's hard enough for me and him!
Spike gestured at the brown owl currently snoozing on a nearby perch.
To keep all these books in order when it's just you leaving stuff everywhere whenever an idea gets into your head, but then when one of your friends comes around while you're out and turns the place upside down as well, it's just too much!
Because Twilight's friends have never, knocked all the books off the shelves before.
Yeah, really. Like Elements of Harmony, a reference guide.
Yo, that never happened. Shut up.
It was under one of my...
Twilight looked past Spike at the half-lidded archival maelstrom
Half tight.
in the library.
Whoa! Spike, who did this?
I did!
Who the fuck do you think I was just talking about?
Yeah. Rainbow Dash! She barreled in here without saying a word and started tearing the place apart. She didn't stop until I demanded to help her find what she was looking for. Demanded?
Twilight raised an eyebrow.
That's more narration right now.
The dragon sighed, releasing a tiny puff of green smoke.
Fine, begged!
Because Rainbow Dash begging is more believable than Rainbow Dash demanding.
Yeah.
And also more than Rainbow Dash going back to Kabow Wow. So what was she after? Supernaturals! I asked if someone had gone into the poison joke patch again, but she didn't answer. She just flipped through the pages, read one entry, and then took off.
Yeah, because, the stuff of Twilight making a mess, you can handle. But one pony looking at one book in a library, that's past the line. That's over the line.
It's gone fucking over the top.
Whatever. I'm sorry, Spike. You know how impulsive Rainbow Dash can be sometimes. Why don't I help you clean all this up?
Twilight trotted over to the lectern where Rainbow Dash had left the herbal. That's what it says. Trotted over to the lectern where Dash had left the herbal.
The herbal essence?
The herbal.
There's our soap opera. Herbal's an adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her eyes fell on the open book as she magicked it into the air. She squinted at the entry occupying both pages.
Why would Rainbow Dash need to look up... Oh, no!
If we write around it, I never have to come up with a name for the berry. Unless he does later.
Yeah, he does, like the next paragraph.
Okay. Twilight let the book fall. In a blaze of hot white magic, she disappeared. Because Twilight's magic has always been white.
And hot.
Okay, bye. Thanks for all your help.
Muttered Spike sarcastically as he stooped to pick up the fallen book.
Okay, give me just a second to prepare for this next line. Scene change.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Fluttershy!
Twilight bellowed.
Sorry.
Fair enough. Continue.
So did Rydel already say the next line?
No.
Twilight bellowed.
Oh yeah, that line.
You've been giving Rainbow Dash Palfrey's Nightshade.
Let's
Yes.
examine this for a moment. Lots of members of the Nightshade family are deadly to humans. Just about every member of the Nightshade family, including potatoes, is deadly to horses.
Fucking tastic.
So, yeah, mild drug effects, right?
Yeah.
Twilight had appeared in the cottage's living room in a sudden flash of magic. Her horn was painfully hot and still leaking motes of energy. She teleported point to point all the way from the library. Fluttershy cringed behind a love seat. It wasn't an actual love seat, it was just the pillow that she massaged Rainbow Dash on and called the love seat. Only her long pink tail was visible. She squeaked.
How? There is no time for you to be timid, Fluttershy. It's not a common plant. It obviously doesn't grow in Clydesdale, and you're the only one of us other than me who knows anything about herbalism. Even though that makes no sense, because, you know. Come on! Dash's life may be in danger!
Oh shit, her copy of Life? That's my favorite board game.
Oh no!
It's in all caps, so it's the magazine.
Oh, good point.
Oh, there's the issue about
Pope Francis, no.
Ramsey.
Pony of the Year.
Yeah.
Pony of the Year. Nightmare Moon. Because never forget, it's the most...
Oh no!
Because it's the most... Well, here's the thing. It's the most influential person of the year, not the best person of the year.
That is true.
That's why both Hitler and Osama bin Laden have won it.
Okay,
Because they were the most influential person of the year.
fair enough.
The yellow Pegasus's head popped up from behind the chair.
What? What do you mean? Did you give her the nightshade or not, Fluttershy? Yes, for her muscle aches. But it's not dangerous. It's just a little painkiller, as weak as white willow bark. I've used it for the bunny's aches and pains plenty of times, even angels. And rabbits are much smaller than a pony. Well, isn't that brilliant logic right there?
Let's see here. When I eat chocolate, it makes me feel better, and my dog seems to be getting kind of down. Might as well shove some chocolate in its face.
Yeah, really. I mean...
Well, it does look like they do address one thing I mentioned, although,
yeah, like...
Not enough, so...
yeah.
Yeah, but it's sort of just like...
It's about...
If you're supposed to be the horticulturist, why the fuck would you think that that's okay?
Well, probably because she's not. But on the other hand, if you're supposed to be the animal expert, why would you think that's okay?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I think Fluttershy has gained herbalism knowledge, but lost all of her animal knowledge in the process.
I think it's more appropriate to say that she's a fucking dumbass.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Or-
it is pony psychology.
This isn't Fluttershy. This is like Rose in disguise as Fluttershy, so that she could get together with Rainbow Dash.
Alright, there you go.
But they're not ponies, and Palfrey's nightshade is definitely not weak. Rabbits are just mostly immune to it. Ponies aren't. Even a couple of bears can have terrible effects on us. Addiction, delirium, paralysis, even death.
So
Wait
yeah,
a minute.
So
Hold
okay,
on a second.
it does address it.
This
No,
is Rainbow
Nightshade
Dash.
kills ponies.
Yeah, but she's been, like, shoving them into her mouth all day long. It's like, yeah, no, that would not be...
So wait. This is called dependence, right? Is this...
As in chemical dependency.
Is this... What? Okay, just
Psychology!
Just stop for a second. It's like, first of all, like, you were already grasping at straws for the first two pony psychologies, but now you're going into a pony psychology for a pony that doesn't even canonically have addiction issues. What the fuck? Now you're just grasping at straws here.
Oh.
What the fuck is your problem?
You got nothing. You got nothing. One of the later ones is not having enough money is the psychological issue.
What?
Just being kind of poor at the moment because of poor business.
You heard it here. Poverty is a psychological illness. Well, hold on. There is a way to make that work.
They did use some walk-up
There is a way to make that work.
What
If
the fuck?
Futurama is in canon for this story, Judge Whitey did declare poverty a mental illness.
That is true. The Honorable Judge Whitey did make that proclamation.
Christ, with a side of shit-eating banana fritters.
Why would banana fritters eat shit? They don't.
I have no
would banana
fucking
fritters
idea.
eat
It
shit?
was the first thing that came to my mind.
You have a weird mind.
Bagels.
Exactly. Oh my. Ah.
God forgive me.
Celestia, forgive me.
Fluttershy's eyes filled with tears.
Is she going to?
Even the thought of losing Dash made her heart leap from her throat, run down the hallway, and jump out the window.
Fatality.
Twilight Sparkle wins. Not if we find her. She looked up the plant in the library. I think she's trying to find more on her own. It's too dangerous for me to teleport into underbrush, and there's no time to gallop, so why don't you just go into the underbrush and spare yourself a couple thorns? So I need you to fly me there. I'll try to lighten myself a bit.
Well, to
Twilight-
answer your question, because it's too dangerous to teleport into the underbrush, and there's not time for her to run.
So all her base are belong to us.
She's on the path of destruction. Make her
Yeah.
time.
Anyway. Right
Twilight's horn lit up once more. Fluttershy's face took on a stern, determined expression that she'd once used to stare down an adult dragon. Her solution to Twilight yelling to her that Rainbow Dash is going to die is to use the stare on Twilight.
Let's go.
Of course. 'cause
Well,
that
that'll
makes
make her
sense.
stop yelling.
Let's go.
Rainbow Dash leaned against an oak tree, giggling. The berry patch had been right where the book said. A whole clearing, because the book's going to note every
The book just has like a map in it
locations.
of seasonal berries in the wild. Exact
whole
location
clearing.
of a bush.
A whole clearing of luscious little orbs, literally ripe for the taking. She'd flitted from plant to plant to plant across the field, snapping up the plumpest berries. Reddish juice stained her nose and chin.
There's literally no way I can see this as being anything other than like this junkie skipping through like a field of needles, like plucking off heroin needles, injecting into their arm, fleeing themselves in like a ballerina pose off to the next bush of needles.
Oh, dear.
I had basically the same thing, but it was bushes covered in cocaine. Snowflame feels no pain!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to add the Snowflame in Equestria novels to our list to read.
Oh dear. Anyway.
The customary tingling in her mouth and throat was more like numbness now, and the same unfeeling was slowly creeping into her limbs. She vaguely felt her wings unfolding, hanging limply by her sides. But the rush was there as well, bigger and more intense than ever. It colored everything in shades of wonder and delight. That is your brain shutting down. She slurred giddily, nudging the oak with an elbow. Her eyes rolled upward, and she collapsed.
Ooh, this
I can't not see that scene as funny.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can, dude.
And now we'll do anything for love.
Fear is the mind killer. Bad writing is the tension killer.
Yes, we need Dr. Insane on here. Continuing though.
Rainbow Dash lay on her back, dozing in a field of flowers.
Oh,
The
I
sun
think this
was-
might be a good opportunity, so keep going.
The sun was high in the cloudless sky.
Whoa, dude.
What?
That's very loud. What was that?
That
Sorry.
If I'm going to read, I can't have you playing an instrument over me.
Sorry.
Rainbow Dash lay on her back, dozing in a field of flowers. The sun was high in a cloudless sky, and the soothingly warm breeze smelled of blossoms. It was an utterly peaceful scene, and for once Rainbow Dash was content to stay still and enjoy it. A shadow passed over her face. She half opened her eyes and saw Fluttershy leaning over her. Rainbow Dash spoke.
Shy, I'm sorry. I used you. Like that. I didn't know you felt that way about me. I didn't mean to hate you.
Fluttershy put a hoof to Rainbow Dash's lips.
And now I'm just extremely annoyed that my attempt at running gag didn't fucking work. Seriously, I don't know what the hell is up with my microphone.
It's very sensitive. Microphones tend to be very sensitive. Like,
It's a fucking laptop microphone, though. I don't have any external microphones put in there. What the shit?
extremely high noises still get picked up very easily.
Yeah.
In fact, cheap
Yeah,
microphones tend to pick up high noises more than low noises.
Yeah, pitch, probably, when it comes to distance, pitch probably has more of an effect than volume when you're dealing with like a laptop microphone.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Just cut that out.
Fair enough. Continuing, though.
Shh. It's alright, my love. I forgive you. It was my fault anyway. Giving you those nasty berries.
Fluttershy was leaning on Rainbow Dash's chest now, her soft hooves pressing down with a surprising weight. She slammed them into to above her heart rhythmically to try and get her to stop dying.
But now you don't have to worry about any of that. You just have to do one thing.
What's that?
Asked Rainbow Dash. As Fluttershy leaned in to kiss her, Rainbow Dash felt the first drops of a rain squall falling.
Rain squall.
Yeah. But anyway, scene transition. Breathe!
Screamed Fluttershy as she compressed Rainbow Dash's ribcage with her hooves in a hard, stomping rhythm.
So basically she's playing Rite of Spring on Rainbow Dash's torso.
Yes.
She took another painfully deep breath, pinched the would that CPR? I'm not sure how relevant that CPR is to
CPR would not be relevant in this situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need a stomach pump.
Yeah, you need a stomach pump, which means a medicine fail on the part of the author.
She took well, don't you know? CPR is magic that solves everything.
That doesn't mean it's accurate.
She took another painfully deep breath, pinched the Pegasus's nostrils with her hooves, which would be awkward because they're kind of far apart and the hoof doesn't really bend.
Yeah.
Tears dripped from her eyes onto Rainbow Dash's face.
Oh, right, sorry. Please, Celestia, please breathe.
Celestia took a deep breath, though she wasn't sure why. She jerked her head back up and turned to Twilight Sparkle.
Anything?
No, of course not. That's not how... That's not how medicine Now let me magic it back.
Yeah, now, if she had something in her lungs or maybe had a blockage in her windpipe, then yeah, that would do quite a bit, but,
The heart compression could work if her heart stopped beating. Well, if her heart stopped beating and there wasn't stuff in her stomach pumping back in that was gonna...
stop her heart again.
Wow.
Yeah. Twilight sat nearby, using a spell to detect Rainbow Dash's vital signs. Her horn was not I'm imagining her horn, like, doing this normal patient, her horn beeping at a steady pace. She shook her head. Tears slid down her cheeks as well. Fluttershy went back to pressing on Rainbow Dash's chest. It turns out that she wasn't doing that for CPR. She was just trying to cop a feel. But as we've established earlier,
right now, you stole my joke.
But as we've established earlier, she's not very good at biology. Pony breasts aren't over there.
Well, you know what I mean.
The pair had flown faster than Twilight had ever seen Fluttershy travel, slaloming between the trees barely above ground level in a fairly convincing rendition of Rainbow Dash's Sonic Rainboom Phase 1.
So Rainbow Dash was a punk rock artist at one point?
Which wasn't a phase of the Sonic Rainboom. It was a phase of her routine for that competition, which Sonic Rainboom was really Phase 3 of.
Yeah. So basically, writing fail, thesaurus abuse, and just a shitty paragraph.
They spotted Rainbow Dash's distinctive colors at the edge of the berry patch almost instantly. She was flat on her back, not moving, and not breathing.
Oh, thank God they could see that from a mile away.
Well, maybe Pegasi are like eagles.
Oh.
Very good long-distance vision.
Oh. It looks like...
Fluttershy can spot a field mouse from 1,000 feet.
Yep.
So that she can swoop down and give it a pug.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Twilight had used a spell to force the unconscious Pegasus to purge her stomach contents.
There you go.
I forgive you.
I don't.
And then
Okay.
Well, for the CPR bit.
Yeah, mention that
we
before.
were complaining about a thing that then happened. And then directed Fluttershy to start trying to resuscitate her while she scried her vitals.
Well, you know what? At least they pumped the stomach first. So.
Given Fluttershy's knowledge of biology, this was probably a poor decision.
True.
Things didn't look good. Even with the berries out of her stomach, there was still too much toxin in Rainbow Dash's bloodstream.
Poison in her blood?
Inspiration briefly brightened Twilight Sparkle's expression, and she immediately began making a poison and blood themed dress. But then just as quickly faded.
No, I couldn't.
Fixated though she was on keeping the guttering spark of life in
her love
life's flickering, Fluttershy noticed the look on Twilight's face.
What is it? What?
While researching Nightmare Moon... No, wait. She demanded.
Yeah, thanks for taking my line right now. Jesus. While I was researching Nightmare Moon, I studied a lot of books about forbidden magic.
Twilight admitted anxiously.
I think black magic could destroy Rainbow Dash's tainted blood and replace it with clean blood, but black magic doesn't exist in this canon because it's mostly all happy and stuff.
No, black magic actually does exist in this canon.
It does. We've seen it in the show.
It's like
no, what I wonder is, I have a black magic healing spell.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. It's just like
only black magic can clean poisons out of blood.
Yeah, what?
Go on.
Talk about cheap introductions of tension. Ugh. Then do it!
Fluttershy shouted, and sucked in another breath to share with Dash.
No, it's not that simple. Black magic can't create, only destroy and steal, so why is there a healing spell? If I wanted to put clean Pegasus blood into her, it would have to come from some pony else, and it would also have to be a magic blood type, which means that Rainbow Dash would be dead before you could find a potential match, depending on the blood type. So, good job, Twilight Sparkle. Good job.
Also, and I quote, black magic could destroy Rainbow Dash's tainted blood and replace it with clean blood. Well, actually, that is destroying, so it can destroy the tainted blood.
But for the most part, this seems to just be...
And then steal... blood.
It's a blood transfusion. It's blood transfusion. Like that's the evil dark powers of Satan is being used for a simple blood transfusion. Evil.
Yeah. Feeling the way.
Some point.
Also,
if you're worried about the effect, of it taking too much blood, the obvious solution there, multiple ponies.
Or
the hospital probably has spare blood.
Sean Helpin on the stream says, so you're on the wrong field of the magic. That's necromancy you're talking about.
And you need a license for that.
We are going to cure her with necromancy.
Because that makes sense.
Step one, stab
does.
her.
Yeah, it's all we have to do is wait for her to die, then we can bring her back with necromancy, and she won't have to deal with the effects of the poison anymore.
Yeah.
Yay!
She might have a slight hunger for brains, though. Watch out
that's
for that.
fine.
Oh,
Let's get her a
no.
phylactery and make her a lich. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Feeling the weight of passing seconds like boulders piling on her back, Fluttershy faced Twilight Sparkle and unleashed the terrible, transfixing force of the stare.
Save her. Do it. Do it now. Even if you have to take every last drop of my blood, don't you dare stop, Twilight Sparkle. Do you hear me? Don't you dare.
So Twilight Sparkle is now going to have to save her friend by killing her friend.
Yes.
I guess she's gonna have to prioritize her friends.
Murder me for that for the next few days.
I've always,
by the way.
yeah.
She's gonna have to prioritize her
This
friends.
is what
Like,
I do for you people. I hope
Who
you're
do I-
happy.
who do I like better, Rainbow Dash or that other pony, Flutterbutter or whatever her name is?
Oh, Daisy. Maisie-headed Daisy. She's always hanging out with us.
Oh dear.
Helpless to
Really?
resist.
Okay, so is the black magic in the show like this? Because I don't think I've encountered
It's not
it.
blood
No,
magic
no,
in
it's
the show.
black magic.
It's
Yeah,
dark
but-
magic. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you trigger it by incantation?
No, it actually kind of looks more like weird techno-corruption stuff. It's like,
Did you
Black
see
and green.
the season 3 episode 1?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
dark
I did.
magic in that episode.
yeah, it's like pure black
Yeah,
with
so you've
green
seen it.
lightning.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I have. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the season 4 thing because it didn't
No.
come to mind, and then it was just like, oh wait, Sombra
There's a lot
exists.
more of it in S4.
Okay, yeah, I haven't really seen season 4 yet, so anyway.
Helpless to resist, Twilight nodded, closed her eyes, and started gathering an orb of slithering blackness at the tip of her horn. She could cast most of the spells she knew silently, but this little used enchantment called for an incantation. Because that's totally something we've seen. I believe the show has had a spell like that exactly once, and it was incomplete.
Yeah,
At least they had it once.
just one.
Tears streamed from her glowing eyes as she half sobbed the cruel words, her voice taking on an otherworldly echo.
I can get this one, Harrison, since you got the last one.
Well, no, because this is still Twilight, isn't
Well,
it?
hold on. We need an otherworldly echo.
Well,
We have to do it together.
Well, let me
yeah.
try it.
No,
let me
we'll-
try
we'll
something
do-
because I think this calls for an attempt at a Maleficent impression. So,
Alright, try.
all right. Foulest lords of filth and mud, scour this pony of her blood. Bleakest darkness, woe and strife, fill her up with stolen life. Hateful spirits, heed my call. One shall rise, and one shall fall.
Dude, that's brutal.
Brush off vanity and show reality. Ultima!
Oh man, idea for a new song. Blood,
Is
transfusion. Yeah.
So let's see. You are calling on the very foulest lord. So you're wanting like a Discord, Tyrek, and Sombra to do a blood transfusion. That would be a more interesting story. Sombra, MD.
Yeah. And apparently
Played
this
by
is ripped off of Harry Potter.
Hauser, baby. Oh, ah!
And it's ripped off of Harry Potter.
Yes!
So there you go.
Oh wait.
There was a
Continuing.
ant on the wall.
A wave of crackling blackness erupted from Twilight's horn, engulfing the two Pegasi. For half a dozen yards in every direction, the plants withered and crumbled, poisoned by the unnatural magic. You're trying to get rid of poison, not poison more things. Twilight Sparkle staggered, sickened by the residual black magic boiling off her purple hide. As her swimming vision cleared and then removed its little swimmies because it not saying it had practiced, she looked over at the other 2 ponies in the clearing. Rainbow Dash was sitting on her belly because the dark magic had turned her over, slowly stirring into consciousness. Fluttershy was curled around her, pale and immobile. Although, given that she's yellow, she's kind of always pale. As Fluttershy's eyes flickered open, she noticed her stricken friend. And she immediately demanded that Twilight Sparkle cast a spell to take the poison blood from Fluttershy and put it into her.
And then the cycle continued, and it went on until all the plant life in Ponyville was dead, and there was nothing left, and then Fallout Equestria started. Thanks, Fluttershy.
Thanks, Flutterbama.
Thanks, M.A. Shy. It's Rainbow Dash.
Good.
She put her lips to the yellow Pegasus's ear and whispered something Twilight couldn't quite make out. Fluttershy's ears twitched, followed by her wings. Slowly, weakly, she opened her dark circled eyes and looked up to Rainbow Dash's teary gaze. The 2 shared a smile and then a hug. Love cures poison.
And having all of your blood removed.
Although, we do know that love causes explosions in this universe, so...
It's true.
We've had it happen twice.
Sumo.
Twilight stared. Agog. Wasn't Agog? Wasn't that a villain from The Hobbit? No, that was a Zog.
Nah.
No.
Agog is a word. It's just,
I know Agog's a word.
It's just like super thesaurus abusey.
I know. It's just like, what the hell is this? I'm all agog and shit.
It's not a common word, but it's a word. It's a word I know, but it does sound a lot like a Zog.
It is true.
Anyway.
Somehow, both of them had survived the spell. She was overjoyed, but also deeply confused. It was impossible. Nothing could survive that much black magic. Well, nothing except Fluttershy is secretly Tyrek.
Oh shit.
Remember what we said about high-pitched noises being louder through cheap microphones?
Sorry.
It's alright. Keep going.
Twilight considered the scene before her once again, taking the warmth of her friend's embrace and the joy in their eyes. She blushed and chuckled awkwardly. Twilight, our eyes are up here.
Oh my.
Well, I'll just give you 2 a moment then.
She said, and vanished in a burst of clean white magic.
Okay,
which this time is slightly cooler than before.
Yeah.
But still white.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't label the teleportation magic in the series as clean white magic. Now you're getting too into Final Fantasy magic, it seems like.
Except in Final Fantasy, warp is black, or teleport's black.
Yeah.
Well,
Exit. Or no, teleport's white, exit's
black.
black.
You get my point, though.
Sorry.
You get my point.
There's 2 teleporting spells. Get them confused.
Anyway.
Again, you get my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fluttershy
anyway.
pulled away from the hug first and spoke.
Rainbow Dash, did you really mean what you whispered to me?
Yes, I do want more of those berries from you. Rainbow Dash smiled warmly.
Absolutely. I do cocaine.
Good God.
Well, the dark magic, cool magic, was all around us. I could feel you offering me life, your life, and when I took it, I saw myself the way you see me. I could feel how much you loved me, and I could see that it stopped the magic from eating you up. I was like, whoa, shit. So I saved you while you saved me. It was awesome.
So, wasn't she, like, not really conscious during that part? So knowing about the dark magic and stuff flowing all around her.
Plot holes, whatever.
Yeah.
Plot holes, because nothing needs to make sense.
We've been this close to a sex scene. Are we talking about plot holes?
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash chuckled.
Ugh. I'm no, I'm not one of them gays, but I'm not a gay.
Wait, I think because the wording is Philly fooler.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
it's a gay joke.
Pony lesbian.
No, because it's like, isn't Philly technically a younger one? So
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
so
they're
it's-
trying to say
well-
pedophile there.
No, that's full fiddler.
Yeah, technically
But,
both terms actually would refer to a pedophile in this case, like
Well-
because of bad wording. It's not actually
Well-
meant to be, but yeah, that's totally.
Well, I guess it could be kind of like, it's a lot like how when someone says girlfriend, they don't necessarily mean that the person's a child.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's still like the
Yeah,
the
but
wording
it is
literally
used-
means that they fool around with little girls.
And the adult characters have referred to each other as fillies.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. It's still creepy
that-
though. It's still
it's
super
like a-
creep.
Filly is like girl, while you do use a lot with children. Adults will use it to refer to each other.
Yeah,
Again,
but more
it's-
affectionately.
Yeah,
Not exactly like, oh,
Well, not even
you
always
fucked
affectionately.
Philly.
I have to go to the little girl's room.
It's pedophilia.
Yeah,
We're almost to the end. Let's just get
the term
there.
is super creep. But
Well,
anyway,
I guess given the way this sentence goes,
yeah, I'm not Philly fooler, but I'm no Philly.
but you're no filly.
Yeah, it's like
Turns out you're actually a stallion.
Yeah.
You're a grown man.
Representative
And you love me,
Stallion
and
of
I.
Kentucky.
Hi. Yeah, so yeah, again, it's like, I don't have sex with children, but you're not a child, so therefore. Ew.
You're a grown woman.
Yeah, I said that. I got through all the rest of it, so.
Oh.
Fluttershy cut her off with a kiss.
Wait, so hang on.
Fluttershy, cut a bitch!
Wait, so this is supposed to be about addiction, right?
Yes.
And lesbians.
And yet it never actually discusses addiction.
No, addiction
Yeah.
can be cured with lesbians.
Well, let's have. It's the cure for drug addiction is lesbians, and poorness is a psychological issue.
Yes.
Oh my god!
We're not
Why
done
do
yet.
people think this shit is good? It talks about addiction and it's just like, oh, we're not going to really talk about how serious it is because lesbians. No, I'm just gonna go on my merry way and be all da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck this story!
We're not at the end
Now,
of the chapter yet.
in his defense,
Fuck this story! One of my
Lesbians are
cousins was addicted to
sexier than
marijuana
drug
from high
addiction.
school and college! You filthy piece of shit!
Anyway, so continue on to the last paragraph.
yeah, as I was saying, lesbians are hotter than drug addiction.
Significantly.
Scene change. On a dirt road at the crest of a nearby hill, out of earshot but within eyeshot, the Stetson-shaded eyes of an orange earth pony took in the sight of the two Pegasi's passionate embrace, and aren't they in a forest?
No, they're in a
No,
clearing.
no, 'cause
No,
that
and
would
this is
make
why I
too
wanted
much
you to
fucking
hold on,
sense.
Hair, hold on. You're going to want to be properly angry for this next bit. Continue, Rydel.
Okay. And Stetson-shaded eyes of an orange earth took in the sight of the two Pegasi's passionate embrace and narrowed, filled with stinging tears. She is crying acid, or possibly bees. The pony gritted her teeth and lashed out with a muscular back leg. The tree behind her cracked from roots to canopy.
I'll just take this line. You
Yeah.
back my
Please
dash. You
do.
said you were in that way.
Next episode, Applejack exposure.
Yeah, and so yeah, her thing is that she's super homophobic.
Well, you know what? I could buy a character being homophobic. But what I can't buy is the way this fic is like, oh, this chapter is going to be about addiction. And then you don't fucking treat addiction as a fucking serious subject the way it should be. Because then it's just like, oh, you're addicted? Hey, here's a cure. It's lesbians. Because that makes fucking sense.
9 out of 10 doctors who recommend them.
I'm sorry. This just... you know, I had a cousin who, as I said earlier, I had a cousin who got addicted to marijuana in high school, and it kind of fucked his life up in some ways. Like, he actually got kicked out of college in, I think it was his first semester there because of this addiction, and it was like he had to deal with it, and it was marijuana, so it was like it became this gateway to stuff like mushrooms and shit like that, and it's something very serious, and it's like, what the fuck is this story to go in there and then say to you, to everybody, hey, we're going to talk about all these deep psychological issues, but we're only going to address them at a surface level instead of actually going in depth. This is not a fucking good idea. Who the fuck are you? I mean, I just...
no, trust us. We normally...
you, Shadow Soap Opera. I hope...
Yeah, again, there's a reason...
Notice that the parts of the addiction it did deal with were more the physical effects of the addiction. So the physical effects of the addiction are a psychological issue.
Yeah. And again, don't forget, we are a group that includes sound speed. And if you want a case study in exactly how fucking horrifying drugs can be, hard drugs can be on a person's life, look no further. We're a group that is definitely not the type of people you want to fuck around with that stuff. But even with the most lax people who have the least problems.
One of my college professors in undergrad too, as part of our undergrad degree, I remember we had to take a course on neuroscience and the arts, and one of the things we did talk about was addiction, because, addiction is a part of understanding the mind. It is partly a psychological process, but it's just like, this doesn't touch
the psychological parts of it.
It doesn't really get into the psychological parts of it.
It's just there to facilitate the romance. Oh yeah, and another spoiler: the romance doesn't actually go anywhere. It's basically set up and then just dropped later on because, whatever. You basically just need to fill a chapter.
That's how addiction fucking works.
Oh well, no, the addiction's never mentioned again. It's the addiction was entirely there to facilitate the romance, and then he drops the romance as well.
Well, the romance was there to facilitate Applejack's homophobia, which is no doubt there to facilitate something else.
Well, it's there to facilitate her having a chapter.
Why the fuck does this thing have 970 upvotes?
Because lesbians.
Can we just end this out? I want to punch
Let's stop.
in the eye.